She ain't got a first hands on, so we're gonna check that out. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
With the past few games in the series, it's felt like Assassin's Creed has lost a little bit of what made it so special back when it launched in the late 2000s. Now, don't get me wrong, Odyssey and Valhalla were extremely solid RPGs that offered a vast and unique setting and a definite bang for your buck in the runtime department. But there's something about those games that didn't necessarily feel Assassin's Creed due to their hefty open world settings and heavy RPG gameplay mechanics. Thankfully, the next installment in the franchise is Mirage, and based on my playtime with it so far...
Yeah, because when you're an assassin, you creeping through, you're not going all over the world, out in the open, talking to people, gaining, you know, doing busy work and all that, fetch quests and all of that, getting your renown up in the city. You're not doing that. You're in controlled environments. You're sent to a specific environment, controlled environment, and you're supposed to target your targets, assassinate your targets. Like, this game claim it's going to go back to that. I see some people complaining about one of the abilities you have, which is similar to the multi-fear takedown, like Batman. I think that's a cool addition. I don't think that's something to complain about. I don't know. I think people just be trolling.
It manages to capture what made the series so special and brings the social stealth history simulator back to its roots in the best way possible.
Synchronizing. You gotta take the dive into the haystack.
Gone are the vast vistas of England, the oceanic traversal of Greece, and pyramid scaling of Egypt in favor of a dense and populated Baghdad full of life and vibrancy. That's not to say Mirage ever felt small, but from the few hours I played, I regularly found myself exploring and getting lost in the latest Creed's hyper-detailed and fully realized big city playground. The city of Baghdad is, as it should be in an AC game, its own character this time around. From its dangerous and often crowded city streets to its dense bazaar and connected rooftops, it was never a chore getting from point A to point B. Due to Mirage's revamped notoriety system, it's not as easy to run through a group of guards undetected this time around. The more trouble you cause, the more enemies Mirage throws at you, such as archers and overpowered heavy guards. Civilians will react to your presence and put you on the crowd if you're not blending in,
from the sword.
You know, everyone's a snitch. And guards will notify each other while giving chase and doing everything in their power to stop you. Bribery and vandalism were the easiest ways to lower my notoriety meter. And moving between the high ground and city streets helped me lose packs of enemies that were surprisingly difficult to fight in groups of more than 2. In short, getting chased by guards in Assassin's Creed Mirage felt more like a fun challenge than an annoyance, and in some ways, helped bring back that classic Creed feel to the series.
Yeah, because in the early Assassin's Creed games, like Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, I would even say, like 1 and 2 at least, like, you couldn't just run and gun. You can't just run and fight multiple enemies. You had to sneak around and prioritize your target, and when you get in trouble, you gotta run away, because if you try to fight more than 2 of them at the same time, you're gonna get wrecked.
Meanwhile, combat in Mirage feels as tight and as fun as it has in the series of late. The general combat mechanics from Odyssey and Valhalla are here, though enemy levels and damage numbers have been removed in favor of health bars, countering, and dodge rolls. While this may look like a step back into the older game's often easy and simple combat style, Assassin's Creed Mirage's fights felt significantly more challenging and reactive this time around. And if I didn't try to single out my enemies, I found myself quickly becoming overwhelmed by groups of as little as 3 guards. While dodging and properly timed counterattacks can lead to some pretty sweet kills, it's nowhere as easy of an experience as it was in some of the older entries. And for the first time in a long time, I found the combat in an Assassin's Creed game not only challenging, but also fun.
Yeah, like you gotta be exact. You gotta be surgical with it if you're going to fight multiple enemies.
And stealth combat is where Assassin's Creed Mirage truly shines. Moving around the shadows and hiding in plain sight feels more rewarding and engaging this time around. and I quickly found myself trying to stay as hidden as possible as often as I could, even if it was in a busy street among crowds or hidden in the shadows. For the first time in a long time, Assassin's Creed feels like a proper stealth adventure again, similar to the series' early days. To put it bluntly, Assassin's Creed Mirage seems set to bring the series back to its roots in the best way possible. The story and gameplay feel more like what made Assassin's Creed so popular in the first place, and it feels like the series has finally realized what was promised back in 2007. While some may not be too happy with the scaled-back RPG elements, Mirage's focused setting, intuitive controls, and fun stealth gameplay has me excited to dive back into the franchise. For more on this fall's biggest upcoming games, check out our hands-on preview of Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Forza Motorsport. And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
We might do that one too. Yeah. Assassin's Creed Mirage is looking dope. It's looking like they're stripping it down and taking it back to its roots, and they're really taking the time to make an original. Like when I say original, like the original, like the Assassin's Creed 1, 2. They're trying to get that vibe back. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be worth playing, and I'm definitely gonna check it out. And I can't wait for the other one. I don't know what form it's gonna come in, what system it's coming to, but I can't wait for. I think it's called Cold Red. There's the one for Japan, because that's the one we've all been waiting for. So I guess you're either gonna be a ninja or a samurai. Probably a ninja, because ninjas sneak around, and you'll probably be going against samurai, because ninjas were against samurai for the most part. Like, so yeah. So again, this is kind of, oh, shitting me, I didn't have it on record, but I'm still streaming though, so bet.